McDonald's was founded by the McDonald brothers, Richard and Maurice, in 1940 in San Bernardino, California. They garnered a decent amount of success as the bustling drive-in style restaurant, up until 1948, when they decided to overhaul the dining experience with the speedy service system, which revolutionized the fast food industry. While the McDonald's brothers are the founders, businessman Ray Kroc took the restaurant to where it is today. Purchasing franchising rights in 1955 and expanding in the Midwest, Ray Kroc eventually bought out the brothers in 1961 to expand the franchise into unseen territories. With Kroc's ingenuity and drive, he got McDonald's to be the titan of fast food that it is today. In 1981, McDonald's had introduced an item called McRib, a barbecue pork sandwich, and eventually it was taken down in 1985 after experiencing poor sales. It came back in 1989 and since 2006 has been an on-again, off-again item, creating a cultural following as time goes on. In 2020, one of the worst years for so many people all over the world, the savory pork barbecue imitator beckons us again. But how will the boys respond? Check it out on this episode of Kings of Punk.
No, there's an old punk song. It says, America stands for freedom. But if you think you're free, try walking into a deli and urinating on the cheese. You got it. Anarchy Burger by the Vandals. Deutschland.
Yo, what up? It's the Kings of Punk, episode 7. I'm your host, Tyler.
Tim?
Jake Razor.
And today, we got special guest Cougar
What's
in the
up,
house.
everybody? How's everybody doing?
Doing pretty good.
Great.
Doing good. I'm fired up for this episode today. To start out, perhaps in your own words, Cougar, you can explain how you ended up here with us today to do this exciting food review, etc.
For the McRib,
Yeah, this is the McRib episode.
that
you know?
was the high selling point. I've never had one. I'm really kind of excited to hear what you guys have to say because he's not lying when he says he's fired up. He's not. He's really excited. Which really,
It's in the air
really
in here. It's
interesting
true.
to me.
Yeah, we've been like stoked about this idea for a few days now.
This is the most exciting one.
We're all big fans of fast food here.
I've never had a McRib either, so.
By here, you mean in the Western world.
I just mean
Yes.
like the four of us.
So, Coug, if people don't know, Coug plays in Leaking Head. He is the vocalist.
Then and now.
Yeah, in
Both
the past.
rounds of Leaking Head.
Leaking Head 1.0 and Leaking Head 2.0.
The final version.
Director's cut. Yeah, this is. We have 4 of the 5 members here today. We'll do a full episode with all of us at some point, perhaps when our much vaunted demo is released. Which
Shit's
is
gonna
coming up
kick
soon.
ass.
Who knows if Kevin would even want to? He'd probably think it's like gay and dumb or something.
If I can get him to play a guitar solo, I can get him to hold a microphone and make sounds about it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
That might have to
good
be a
point.
Patreon episode.
Ooh.
Yeah,
You
maybe.
gonna start charging people money for this?
I mean, not these episodes.
Yeah.
Or you should. No, starting now.
I'm gonna charge somebody
Right
money
now.
for something.
Starting now, you have to go on Patreon to unlock the rest of this episode.
Hell yeah. I've been all about trying to make money lately. Fucking
Yeah.
kick this thing off.
Yeah, you're like a Bitcoin billionaire.
I've made about $40 in 2 days.
Wow.
It's very promising.
Good start.
God damn
I'm
it.
excited.
I wish.
I'm pulling my hair out over it because it's just like another. The app I have for it breaks everything down like really easily, enough to where I have no idea what I'm doing. Or I do more now, but 2 days ago I kind of just did it on a whim, and
This is what you
I'm
do.
up $40, baby.
This is what you do. You go on Tinder. You pretend you're a girl. You swipe on a guy. Just swipe on any guy for the most part. And then you go, hey, can you explain Bitcoin to me? And they will explain it to you better than any YouTube video.
I mean, I can tell you, girls can tell if you don't have cryptocurrency and they don't like it. But you guys are fucking up, man. You got to move in silence, man, like a shark. That's business success, win, hustle mindset.
You're
baby.
right. There's millions of people who are now gonna know.
Real G's
Millions
move in
of people.
silence
And like me, I have
lasagna.
never done anything loudly before. Unheard of.
No, I'm being quiet about it.
So, do we want to go over more of Cougs history, or you know what?
Yeah,
That's for
how'd you get
another-
to know us?
That's for another
How'd we all
episode.
get to know
Well,
each other?
I'll just
Briefly,
let
yeah.
him know that we've all been friends for about 10 years, and I sing in the band that we all have together, plus Kevin. We're all good friends. This is going to be fun.
Uh-oh, guys.
Best friends.
Looks like
The cat's
Another
visiting us.
the
special guest in
unofficial
the house.
mascot,
Tyler's cat, Wiz.
Gray Wizard. Look at
Gray
him.
Wizard. Big
Hi,
fan of
Wiz.
this guy.
Big fatty.
He probably... Dude, he's here for the
He smells those
McRibs.
McRibs. Yeah.
He's like, look, I've never had one before. I don't even know what this is, but
I'm in the same
want
boat.
that shit.
I might just split mine with Wiz.
he would like it. Well, should we? So we're gonna try the McRib, and then we have a couple anecdotes and things we're gonna discuss about it.
This is Kings of Punk
Yes.
food review.
So I guess let's start digging in. Each one of us
Distributing the libations here.
and let's talk about like what we're kind of experiencing.
This thing is heavy and smells like cardboard covered in barbecue sauce.
Yes,
What do you
I-
smell? What is this? What is?
When we had the bag of them in the car, Tyler had to open the window from the sauce smell. I believe I described it as an acrid scent, if I'm recalling correctly. This is this thing. I used to love these. Certain listeners may recall, way back in 2011, the last time that these appeared, I ate them every chance I got. I don't remember what it tastes like because I was drunk the entire time. That was the fattest, drunkest year of my life. Also, last time I had long hair, longer than it is now. But regardless, biographical details. Oh, thank you. Tim has paper towels at the ready.
Yeah. So
Very much.
this is a classic. I'm looking at mine right now, and this is a classic feature of the McRib: sauce everywhere.
Yeah, this is fucked. This is
It is
fucked
a little
up.
messy. You can set your microphones on. I'll keep talking for a little. I'll talk.
Yeah, I don't know if we
y'all
can eat
enjoy.
these and like I don't want
How
to make a
many
mess
McRibs
here.
Have you eaten?
I've had
Both of
like
you. It's me, Cougar,
I
and
told
Tim
you,
have not
I've-
had them.
two or three in my entire life. That's it.
I told you I was drunk more than two.
So you
This
guys,
is a-
Tim,
this is a
Tim,
horrible
Tim,
thing.
and Tim and Coog,
Yeah, I'm
you
gonna-
guys
I'm
eat
gonna
yours.
try
I
this
want to
out.
hear your opinions. Really, the
My
most.
my takeaway is I smell the pickles on these things. Real.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now, are you a fan of pickles?
Yeah.
Okay. I am a big fan of pickles and brine things in general.
Me too.
I have
Sauerkraut.
a tried and true theory here for our listeners. You have your partner, your lover, whoever it is, and we all have snacks that we want to share, or that they want to share and eat your snacks. Well, guess what? This is what you do. You gain a taste for things that most people find detestable, like sardines or some shit like that, and you eat them as a snack.
Yeah.
Therefore, your partner never wants to eat that because they think it's just gross and disgusting.
Speaking of which, this is pretty funky. This sandwich that I'm
Really?
Eating now. The meat is kind of a light brown. There's a shitload of sauce. It's got that fake smoke flavor that they use for phony barbecue things like this.
Liquid smoke.
Liquid smoke, which I'm not a fan of. It's remarkable that I ate so many of these. I will say the bread is kind of good. There's also McDonald's has. I've never seen. I don't know if I've ever seen a fast food item that was shaped this way. This is an oblong sandwich. which is odd for
The
them.
original Burger King chicken sandwich is kind of like that.
Really? Okay.
I think the bread is the only good thing about this fucking thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
this
think that's
like the
same
meat
thing.
is
Or
like
maybe the onions.
the meat is like it's like am I eating a piece of rubber here?
I don't know.
Like
if
it's just
I
kind
can-
of
I don't know.
not
if I can
rubber,
finish
but
this.
I do like McDonald's pickles. They're pretty good. Imagine if McDonald's tried to do sauerkraut and how fucking shot that would be.
Man, I mean,
that,
I don't know why
that
they would.
Might have been done already. There's all sorts of shit that
that would be
they've tried out over the years. The McRib is in that category.
Last bite I got was pretty good because it just had that sort of generic McDonald's taste rather than tasting like this weird funky thing that they bust out periodically. That's good. That's comforting.
if you don't like hearing chewing sounds, guys, I'm just gonna.
We got to do like an ASMR vibe, you know?
Yeah.
Should not have worn a white shirt to eat this.
Oh, yes. Tim is wearing his classic American Pie 2 shirt. Not even like the American Pie 2. It's like American Pie 2, the soundtrack.
Well, it's got like Blink-182, Green Day, a bunch of other fucking shit bands I've never heard of listed on the back.
I feel like they would eat McRibs in that movie.
I think Blink would. Blink would definitely eat a McRib.
You know, I will say I'm halfway through, and it is better now. I've become acclimated to the horrible realities of everything about this, and now I'm enjoying it. I think back in the day, 2011, when I would eat these, that probably happened quicker because I would probably eat it in about 2 bites. I think I recall being mocked for this by certain people when I was, had some drinks, etc. But that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm taking bites of it, like I'm trying, but
I don't mind.
really
It's pretty good.
It's not great.
I feel too many onions. They put too many onions.
I love onions. That's what I'm saying. The bread and the onions are probably the best part.
The sauce is awful, and there's
garbage.
an excessive amount of it, and I don't understand why.
I don't know, and I actually, it's kind of weird. I feel like the only thing I can taste right now is onions, actually. I don't.
Really? I'm getting
it's
too much sauce for me.
It's weird because mine, if you looked at my container, you'd say, wow, there's so much sauce in there. But I'm taking bites, and it's as if there's almost no sauce on it. It's Schrodinger's sauce. The pork doesn't have like a flavor. It's like devoid of anything. There's nothing
rubber.
there. Yeah, it's
It
rubber.
really
It's
is
just
like rubber, like Tim
it's just a
said.
texture.
Yeah, that's what it's.
And the sauce gives it the flavor. So if you're missing the sauce, or if you get a bite that doesn't have the pickles and the onion, so if you got the pickles, the onions, the pork, and the sauce, that's a pretty okay bite.
But the sauce isn't good, even with that being said.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. They 3D printed these rib meats.
That's the next step. We'll get there. It is a strange thing, this sandwich. I hope you're getting this sound of the onions in my mouth. I think I said ASMR. That'll be Patreon content is ASMR.
Yeah. Hopefully this won't be a heavy editing episode.
No, hopefully not.
Yeah, I don't think.
I didn't know exactly what to expect with trying a McRib for my first time, but now that I've tasted it, I feel like an idiot because I should have known this is exactly what it was going to be. I kind of had high hopes momentarily.
Well, that is precisely what is so fascinating about this thing that we have here.
I thought you were going to do the High High Hope song.
No, we can add it in later. Yeah. Panic at the Disco? that was Pete's song.
the Pete Buttigieg song.
Yeah, that's Panic at the Disco.
Is it Panic at
Yes,
the
with the
Disco?
dance.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck Panic at the
Gotta
Disco.
have
then.
high hopes for a living.
I hate that band even more now.
Wow.
And people like that. People listen to that. God damn.
I won't lie. I do feel full now.
I kind of do too, and I had about.
Are you gonna finish?
Like a half a
Cougar,
bite.
are you gonna finish yours? I'll eat yours. I don't give a fuck.
Here you go, man.
Hell yeah.
Here you go.
I'm the king. I'm the king of punk, guys.
Appreciate the yeah. There you go. Here, I'll take your. No.
2 McRibs in one night. Wow.
And a filet-o-fish.
No. It's a fish deluxe. McFish deluxe.
Yeah, didn't you say that's what our still our president, Dr. Donald Trump, referred to it as?
This is what Supreme Leader Trump refers it to, the McFish deluxe or something like that.
Just at every step, we touched on this earlier in the car. At every step, he does exactly not what I would expect a human being to do. It's like he was just born out of the machinations of Lake Capitol.
That's
just
really
like
great,
not a
Tim
human.
Apple.
Tim Apple is a good
Tim
one,
Apple
too.
is
I
the
love
best.
Tim Apple, yeah. For Tim Cook of Apple, for people who aren't following that.
Everybody, this is your President Donald Trump, and the McRib is back. 3,000 of you die a day, but the McRib is back. I actually got an ad on Twitter when I was looking through for a video, and it said, like, the most important sandwich of the year. And it was the McRib.
Jesus, what does that even mean?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
How do you judge
It
sandwiches?
didn't even say it
importance?
was good. Like it wasn't saying the best sandwich of the year. It was like the most important. That's what sucks about it.
I can't think of any other sandwiches that
notice
have
it's
gotten
the same
quite
thing
the
they do with-
buzz.
Oh, I know the Popeyes murder sandwich.
Oh yeah, the McMurder.
You notice they do the same thing with films. People be like, "Oh, this is an important movie," which means it's a bunch of garbage that's going to tell you what to think or whatever.
You mean like Star Wars?
Did people say that about Star Wars? I don't.
Oh, I don't know. I
actually
mean, I
follow
just
this crap.
hate Star Wars.
I like Star Wars.
I should revisit the original ones. It's been a long time. I'm curious what I'd think of them now. I have to come up with like a pro Empire take.
I mean,
I'm
that's
sure I could.
McDonald's and Star Wars seems like they got some
Some beef.
similarities. You know, there's a lot of
The first time that when the McRib first dropped, how long did that last for? How long was it around for?
That's a good question. I don't know that one.
An
A
entire year?
So that's way longer than they do now. So this thing, yeah, it started in the early 80s. 81. But before we get to the reality of the McRib, I in terms of how it came to be, how it came in front of us, I would like to sort of recap how it presented itself to us and how it actually appeared in our lives.
I would also like to get.
You're not on the mic.
get your mic. Come on.
I would also like. Can we get real quick a score out of 5 forks on the McRib out of 5? 0 being the least, 5 being the most.
I'll give it like 1.78. I don't want to give it quite a 2 or a 2.5, but I'll still, and I won't give it a 0 either. You know, I could see why somebody would like it, but 1.7.
1.7 from Coug. Jake?
With that as my relative baseline, I guess I'll say 2 2.25. We jumped right into fractional measurements here.
So that's all the crypto talk.
Yeah, I would say probably like 2.5. You know, I could probably go with like, you know, never. I don't ever need to eat another.
Definitely.
You know, fries would have helped because you could have dipped them in the horrible sauce.
Maybe if there
That
were fries
actually would have
on
been,
the
yeah.
sandwich to kind of soak
to
up
soak
some
up
of
the
that
sauce,
shit.
yeah, and the act of dipping the fries in the sauce is kind of makes you feel good just to do
Well,
that.
like Tyler
Tyler,
So
said,
the sauce is being used for something rather than
Tyra,
being a
what's
waste.
your score?
I would say 2.25, 2.5.
Okay.
General consensus.
Now here's the thing, and this is something I may touch on. I'm going to touch on that in the intro. I'm going to do like a little bit of an intro. You probably heard it or already. The methods of McDonald's is like almost scientific. How much to use, how much goes here, how often do they clean, and stuff like that. The
Talking
manual
about
that
the like actual production of
yes,
their food.
that's how it was when Ray Kroc was like franchising it and like establishing his franchise.
Yeah.
and,
Ray
like,
Cock.
Ray Cock.
Like gay cock.
Yeah, more like gay. More like gay cop.
because he might have been one.
Or,
Might have been one.
a gay cop.
He has what I am thinking of calling dude's rock syndrome, where he was like 55, and this is like the late 50s, and his wife of 39 years, he was like, I'm leaving you to get with this chick, this woman, and because I'm in love with her, and then she was like, I can't leave my husband.
Okay.
That's really. Can you imagine just being like, "Sorry, sweetie, I got this other chick I'm gonna go for," and she's just like, "Actually, I really can't. I don't know what the fuck your deal is." That's just dudes.
Was
I
this
don't.
after he was already a fast food kingpin?
He was on the way of getting to that level.
So he thought she was going to bet on that horse with him.
He was betting on that horse that she would get with him, and then she was like,
I have to wonder who this other guy is. What kind of burgers
so
he
she
had.
was already married to someone else?
Yeah.
Yes,
She was
yeah.
having an affair with his husband
And
with gay cock?
He was having an affair with her husband.
And he was like, I don't want to be with my wife. I want to be with this woman. And that woman, like, after that was like,
I want to be with my husband.
I'm going to just be with my husband. I'm sorry.
Ouch, Roy.
But to just throw, that's why it's like
Hey.
the dude's rock syndrome, because like dudes just be doing that. And then the woman he married
They do
that,
be doing that.
and the woman he married after that, the thing I was listening to, they're like, she was dating her for 2 weeks when he proposed. 2 fucking weeks? Are you kidding me?
He had balls of big steel, I guess, huh?
I don't get that. Anyone that's like, that's just like a foreign thing. So what I was going to is that his methods were methodical.
Yes.
His methods were methods.
Yeah.
And the idea of putting fries on there, I don't think they would ever do that, because it would need to be like, it has to be 8 fries, and they have to be, 2 3/4 of an inch. It's too much. There's too many variables for them to do
a lot
that.
of the business model and we'll come back to some of this, is based around removing the human element from getting the food to you as much as possible.
Yes, that is like a thing
which is a really great microcosm for plenty of other things that we can't get
It's a
into
very
here.
attractive idea.
Well, yeah, that's how you. I mean, because then you don't have to pay the people if there's fewer people, and the people you do have, you can pay less because they're using their brains less, and the work they're doing is seen as less valuable per
And you
per hour.
only have to face them for so long.
That is also good for customers.
You
as
can
well,
replace
yeah.
them at an instant.
Replace
almost.
them with anybody of the the unemployed, whatever. And yeah, to your point, McDonald's. I'll come back to that. To return to this sandwich that we all didn't particularly like. How did it appear to us, and why did we buy it? I mean, we bought it because, as I noted earlier, it's a strange thing. It doesn't look like other McDonald's products. It's shaped differently. The meat is ostensibly different. It's supposedly pork. It's has a different sauce. It's barbecue. It's not their usual thing. And most importantly, it's not around all the time, and that's precisely why we bought it. Is the
Why do they
McRib
bring
is back.
this back even?
I'll get there. I'll get there. I'm going to demystify the McRib for you.
Please.
But we bought it because precisely it was mystified. It was not a normal thing. And
This
go on.
is like us doing this is like when you find out about like your favorite musician, the weird musician and artist that is shrouded in mystery, and actually it wasn't that weird after all, and they're actually a piece of shit.
Yeah, but the difference being that that's a human and this is a sandwich.
This is a sandwich. But some people look up to the McRib. And if
We
you
did.
do,
I mean,
fuck you.
Even Cougar said he had high hopes for this, and we were all excited, and we all went out and bought it. And I think the sort of mystical nature of it, the fact that we're not sure what it is, certainly just like any commodity we buy, we're not sure where it comes from. I mean, we know in the abstract, the slaughtered animals, factory farming, exploited labor, and McDonald's, whatever. But we don't really know that. We don't see it. We don't know that much about it. So this is an object with magical properties, would be any fucking. I mean, it effectively is, because you
I don't know
why
if I
it
had
does.
high hopes.
We just put
necessarily.
magic
high
into our
level
bodies.
of curiosity, though.
It's still it provokes that in you, and you don't really know why.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think the key thing with this one is exactly the fact that it does. I mean, the last time this popped up was in 2011, and it pops up at seemingly random intervals. I've heard people muse on this. Why did they bring the McRib back? What is there? Is it seasonal? It's clearly not seasonal. It's like once every few years or something.
I do think that it has been back between now and 2011, but I think it was
I'm not sure about that.
I think it would have been like one time. The point being that it is every few years. It's not truly seasonal.
No.
You know what is seasonal is the Shamrock Shake. That's every year.
Yeah.
Is it like released in leap years?
No.
The McRib?
This
year is a leap year.
That's a good.
That's
That's a good.
mythical shit.
No. If you look,
Good guess.
If you were to look at it, you would think that it was random, and this is why it appears to us the way that it does, and why it became, I guess you would say, as silly as it sounds, an object of desire for us, is because of its nature.
The Illuminati?
You're pretty fucking close. Now, I did some research on this. There's a great article on a website called The Owl, but it's spelled AWL. The article is called A Conspiracy of Hogs. Now, they charted out the years that the McRib is released and put it on a graph of pork futures on the commodities market.
Go on.
Large amounts of pork. And based on the fucking data, it would appear that McDonald's decides to put the fucking wheels in motion to put this thing out when commodities pork prices are down, when it's cheap to buy large quantities of pork. Right now that is cheap because of Trump's little tit for tat with China. China has tariffs on American pork, so pork was cheap here.
So they're flipping pork?
They're flipping pork because they're exploiting this discrepancy between the commodities market where people who run supply chains and buy large quantities of things, their prices differ from consumer prices. The consumer prices remain roughly the same. So that differential enables them to make tremendous profit off this thing. And now
Which they don't need.
Which they don't need any, of course not. But it's not about what they need. It's just a fucking like algorithm basically. Now to your point, Tyler, about this sort of how scientific their methods are, what that's led to is that McDonald's effectively, I wouldn't, certainly it's not a restaurant. I wouldn't even really think of it as a chain of restaurants. It's a supply chain. It's a fucking like supplier of goods in large quantities. And so really McDonald's doing this, also buying these huge quantities of pork. I mean, I'm not an expert on reading these graphs or anything. I mean, I can read a fucking graph, but them buying up all this pork has the potential to drive pork prices up after that. And in some of the cases on the fucking, when I looked at the chart of the pork futures, that is exactly what happened. So McDonald's, by virtue of putting out this sandwich that we saw on TV and decided to buy, one, they're exploiting this differential between consumer prices and commodities prices. And two, because of the sheer fucking buying power they have, they're able to cause a shift in prices, which could affect all kinds of other things. And this is all undergirded by fucking dead animals and the workers making this and all these other factors that affect people's actual individual lives. What are you going to say? Go for it.
And ultimately, it's for something that isn't good.
Well, yes, that and think of, and I'm certain they throw a lot of this pork away. So this whole process, like when I learned about this, immediately having the head that I have, I transposed this onto saw it as a representative of our entire system, because really the whole fucking thing we live under functions the same way. These fucking lines on these charts on commodities markets, et cetera, the stock market, these things pre-configure so much. And when I think about that, I can't even get to like the cruelty. I can't access the cruelty and brutality and exploitation that's inherent in it, because I'm kind of overwhelmed by just the sheer stupidity of it. The fact that our lives and the society we live in is dictated by something that is so fucking dumb. Did any of you guys see Midsommar? Did we see that movie?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Did. It's great.
It's good. I liked the other one, Hereditary, better. But regardless, do you remember the retard in the hut that's like a prophet for them?
In Midsommar, yeah.
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 That's us. We're the cultists. Like, we are following the dictates of a fucking retard that scrawls things on a sheet. Except that was actually better, because that was an actual human retard, presumably capable of empathy or whatever.
Is that thing real? That person? I feel like it's a real person.
It could
I
be.
think
Like
it's a
an
real
actor.
person, man.
It could be, yeah.
Because the
What do you think? It's just like animatronics or something?
They have an
it's a real-
animatronic retard.
you haven't seen it, Tim.
I haven't seen. I don't know. Yeah,
We,
a little weird
We have
looking.
something.
I don't fucking know.
person
looks
is a little
weird.
weird.
So that movie's about
I will
McDonald's?
say.
Effectively, we're those fucking people. Like these fucking machinations that configure our society are effectively like that, but it's even worse. We don't even have a human retard. We have this like dumb beast called capital that is so, but at the same time, it's clever enough that you can't kill it because you can't even pin it down.
Never killed a McRib.
And I think again, there's all these exploitation, whatever, inherent in this industry. But the thing that I was thinking about, because we went out and bought these things and we're doing this episode, and the thing that I think maybe infuriates people, or the reason McDonald's, for people who fancy themselves to be a little bit smarter, whatever, they tend to have animosity towards McDonald's, is because this system and fucking entities like McDonald's, these things pre-configure our desires, is what the real fucking thing is. I didn't know I wanted a McRib until they fucking told me what it was, and that begs the question of, well, what would I want if there was no one there to tell me? And we can't really answer that. And the best answer you come up with is then you only have your animal needs, and that's kind of bleak too. You know, there's a fucking crazy anecdote I heard. The fucking golden arches, the 2 fucking arches, right? They were going to get rid of that at some point, I think in the 50s maybe. But they had a marketing guy who was into depth psychology, you know, Jung and Freud and all that kind of the stuff that the academy doesn't teach anymore because they're more into sciencey measuring statistics kind of stuff. It's interesting that the academy no longer takes Jung, Freud seriously, but branding experts, marketing people very much still do. Fucking the people who get grants to write papers don't believe in it, but the people who sell you things do. Anyway, he wanted to keep the arches because they looked like a mother's breast, and the theory was that is the first source of nourishment in your life. So they wanted to invoke that in you, the pure human need for nourishment, the first one you know, to associate that with McDonald's.
So there's like, nah, make them look like titties. That's
well,
great.
he said they already look like titties, so you have to keep
work.
it.
You know, I'm
Some
sure
big-ass
on a
titties.
subconscious level that probably did get some people without, you know, people probably didn't
They're
even know
good with that
and
shit. The red and yellow is like supposed to make you hungry and shit too.
Yeah. That whole thing is wild. What book did we read, Tim? What was it called? The fast food book in high school.
Oh,
Did you read that?
I think. Oh, yeah, I did. I don't remember the name of it, but I do remember that book. Now
I might have to
Nah, I
dig
think
it
that
up.
was in my curriculum.
I'm gonna have to dig it up.
We
I probably
watched
have it at
Super
home.
Size Me instead.
Yo,
I guess.
okay.
Watch that. You guys read a book, and I assume the book told you that fast food is very, very bad.
Yes.
Yeah, it did.
So
yeah.
this gets to my other point, and this is what we just did, and this is what
I do want to say one
everyone is doing.
thing.
Go ahead.
Fuck the supersize me guy. Fuck you. Like
yeah, Morgan Spurlock.
Morgan
Fuck
Spurlock.
you.
Oh, that was such a stupid exercise. Morgan Spurlock.
McDonald's every single day, you bad
And I'm just gonna sit on my
You
ass.
seen Super High Me though?
No, that's not with
Super High
Doug
Me,
Benson,
it's-
right?
Yeah,
hey.
it's the same concept.
Cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks.
You're right. I should. Super high me. Like me getting super high. He smokes weed every day for, was it 30 days? And then for 30 days after that, he doesn't smoke weed every day.
incredible.
I'm gonna have to view that.
It's sick. If
we
you're
should watch it
420
tonight.
friendly, you'll love it.
Is it good to Is it a good movie to smoke
It's
to?
a good flick to blaze to.
But yeah, Morgan Spurlock is an idiot, and he
Yeah.
raped someone too. So fuck
Oh,
you.
shit.
So they should when that came out, when he self-me too'd himself, McDonald's should have been
I didn't
like,
know that.
yeah, he
That was-
self-me too'd himself.
That was pre-Super Size Me?
No,
or
this is after
right
Super
after?
Size Me.
All that
this is
power
I don't
went to his
know.
head?
This is I mean he me too'd himself on Twitter, but McDonald's should have made an immediate press statement saying, "Fuck this guy, we're bringing Super Size back," because at the end of the day,
That would fit in with their. I saw this wonderful thing. They did a conference where the guy is standing in front of a big thing that says has the arches and it says a modern and progressive burger company.
yes. Oh man, we put that.
That's
on the,
pretty
I think you put
frigged.
that on the Instagram.
Yes, yeah.
I think it's. I think that the issue with the Super Size Me is that like obviously it's like yeah, if you eat fast food all the time, it's bad for you. And it's like everyone knows that. The issue isn't that like there's someone there is like, well, I have to eat McDonald's all the time. It's more what we should be looking at as like, why are there food deserts and why aren't people able to get access to that? It's like
That is very
That's
much
the question
worth
that needs
looking
to be
at.
fucking
Coug
answered.
go and then
Not
I'll
Coug-
go.
not-
Super Size Me, also, that released right after that very short-lived wave of people banking in on suing fast food franchises.
talking to your mic a little more.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
For the
Keith.
record, though,
Bigot.
the lady, the hot coffee lady that everybody makes fun of,
Yeah.
she did nothing wrong. That fucking coffee was like boiling, and it was
Oh.
legitimately dangerous.
What was
She
it,
got,
like
like-
170 degrees?
yeah,
or
and
something
she
got,
was
like,
fucking
third-degree
scarred for
burns.
life. Yeah.
And she was
and-
fucking old too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was-
all
that was
she
from
wanted,
McDonald's?
all she wanted was for McDonald's just to cover her hospital bills. That's all she fucking wanted,
Really?
and they wouldn't even do that.
That's
like
fucked.
fuck
Fucking
McDonald's.
scarred for life because of fucking McDonald's.
Dude, I remember hearing there's this really great podcast called Swindled, which I think everyone should listen to because it's a guy narrating various things about pretty much people fucking over everybody, and this is corporations to individuals like fucking over people. And at the end of the day, like, the individual never gets away with it, and it's fucked up, but corporations oftentimes do get away with fucking over so many people. And there was like a telephone booth company. This guy like couldn't get out of the telephone booth, and like a car crashed into him, and he was like permanently disabled or something like that. And like he just wanted like restitution because it was technically that phone booth's like fault. And it, at the end of the day, if you ever side with a corporation over an individual in any fucking lawsuit, I think you're a piece of shit. Fuck every company ever for the most part, because someone will inevitably just take their place. Who gives a shit about McDonald's? And in fact, they put that coffee that hot because they knew they would get sued, and they would still make more money to cover that. And that's fucked up.
They
is
hurt
so
that old
fucked
lady
up.
on purpose?
I mean, kind of. Like they
were
knew,
probably just
they
waiting
knew it was
for
going to
it.
happen. They knew that stuff was going to happen, and they accounted for that. And the accounting for that led them to, well, actually, it's better that we have our coffee this hot, and the amount of people who will sue us won't affect their bottom line. So we're not changing.
Well, this is exactly it. Is they can account for fucking everything, and that's why they have so much power. Again, like I said, they have the power even to fucking like have a say in what we want, which is what's so fucking infuriating about this. But I'm glad you guys mentioned reading a book about how fast food is bad in the movie and everything else, because, and you're correct, there's food deserts and fucking economic reasons why people eat shitty food, and that is a real issue. At the same time, there's a lot of people who don't need or aren't coerced into eating this and do anyway, and they justify it exactly the same way we did and we do all the time. And the same way everyone justifies their participation in things that are unethical, bad for them, etc. Oh no, I'm different. I know it's bad. I'm not like those other losers. I know that it's a bad thing, and therefore I have permission to, and this is just an indulgence for me. I'm not like these people who do it every day. I do it every day, and I know it's bad. And what's infuriating about that is, like, the next question, I mean, sure, you cannot eat McDonald's, but if you start asking that question about every fucking questionable thing you do, you'll conclude that you kind of have to do a lot of it anyway, and that's just something you do to cope. If no one else has anything to say right now, I had one more anecdote that I wanted to share that I found pretty fascinating.
Yeah, let's do it.
So in reading about this, I read about when they opened the very first McDonald's in Moscow. McDonald's is everywhere now. There's a lot of African countries where they don't have it. Most countries in Africa don't have it because no one there has enough money to open a McDonald's franchise. As I believe Tyler's going to go over, the McDonald's business model is it's all the corporation just sits there and collects checks basically and handles buying the fucking pork, etc. You have to open the franchise.
Essentially, Ray Kroc. So, in the introduction, I will explain. Ray Kroc, aka Ray Koch. It was more real estate. That's how he made a lot of money. He made it via real estate and selling that real estate essentially to the franchisees.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Okay, we'll explain that in a second. There's a few countries that have banned it. I know, like Bolivia, Iran, Montenegro, the DPRK, obviously, have banned it as resistance to globalization, and that makes a lot of sense. I think we'll get into this in the punk segment, and I'll get into it momentarily, that one of the biggest things I think McDonald's represents in the collective psyche is globalization, because it's everywhere and it is the same everywhere. Now, they opened the first one in Moscow, I believe, in 1990, right after the Soviet Union had fell. And the first day it was open, before it even opened up, there were 5,000 fucking people lined up in Pushkin Square to go to this fucking place. And by the end of the day, they had served 30,000 fucking customers. Now, I don't think you can say that this was just because they wanted burgers. I think this represented something else to these people. 20th century communism sought to create what I would describe as, and I'm sure someone else has said this because it's kind of an easy one, a sort of universal subject. They called it the new Soviet man. It's an interesting concept. It's worth reading about. It's a weird mix of Nietzsche and things that Nietzsche would hate. I don't know if that's where they got it from, but regardless, they sought to, I don't know if you want to say make everyone the same, but to make us all more selfless and recognize the ways in which we are all the same. That was the pretext of it. Obviously, in practice, it was a bit of a shit show, as I think everyone knows. So they were looking at creating a sort of universality of humanity through creating this universal subject, as it were, in society. And they failed to do that, and it was miserable for a lot of people, and people didn't get the positive end of that, the sort of, or at least not in a way they could recognize the connection with others, et cetera, that comes with that. But I think to a large extent probably did feel that their individuality was being stripped away. This is always the balance you have to strike, the collective and the individual, et cetera. So McDonald's appeared, I think, as a symbol of individual freedom, America, et cetera, and was appealing in that regard. Now, what I think, this is one of those horrifically poetic twists of history, and I think this example brings it to mind perfectly. Communism explicitly sought to create this new Soviet man and woman, this universal subject, and it failed. Capitalism has created a universal subject. It has given us more in common. We can all eat McDonald's now. We can all consume the same media. We have become the same in many, many ways. But at the same time, we're all pitted against each other. So the universal subject that was created, rather than being this one that brings us closer to our humanity, at the same time, as much as it's universal, it is negative and strips us away from each other and away from our own humanity. In fact, and that is really the cruel irony of it, I think. And I think the McDonald's in Moscow appearing as a symbol of liberation, when in reality it's this horrific corporation that nonetheless creates this universal subject and this universality that spans the whole fucking globe. That's really the cruel irony, that in a way neoliberalism succeeded where communism failed, but in precisely a perverted and twisted way. Also, the fucking McRib got introduced right beginning of the 80s, Reagan, Thatcher, the beginning of the neoliberal turn, and that all that deregulation and shit probably made it a lot easier for them to get cheap pork, labor protections stripped, et cetera, et cetera. So the rise of the McRib in particular maybe coincides with this rather nicely, this new reality that we inhabit with this horrific, perverse universality. And yeah, globalization, and that's where I think some of the aspect that everyone in particular, maybe punky people too, or counterculture people, perceive as negative about McDonald's. I think globalization and the stripping away of particularity that comes with that is, I think, really key to that, to the role that McDonald's plays in people's, in our collective psyche, as you might say. But at the same time, it's still something we all share, and maybe in some perverse way we're clinging to that because sometimes it feels like we don't have much else. So
how many people were outside that McDonald's when it
5,000 people were lined up.
So those 5,000 people, basically what you're saying, kind of looking forward to.
They might have been looking forward to McDonald's for like years.
But yeah, to like finally share that thing, like the thing that Americans do.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's a wonderful picture where it's fucking like they had like the McDonald's sign and it still has a hammer and sickle underneath it. I'm sure that you could see that in China now too, but China, that's a whole nother thing.
I feel like they kind of had like a fast food was almost like romanticized.
Exactly. No, exactly.
Yeah. More so than it is now.
It came to represent, like, I think, an idealized version of what America was, which was more appealing than the reality that they were presented with.
And I think that's a great segue into our next segment, in which we are going to be talking about the pervasiveness of McDonald's within punk music in regards to imagery and subject matter. If you didn't know, and you're probably aware of a couple songs that we're going to talk about, but there is a long history of bands talking about McDonald's and fast food and stuff like that in general.
Because it's a perfect avatar for what I think in an inarticulate, incoherent way a lot of these punk bands were lashing out against. Although, as we'll get into, some of these acts, it was better articulated with the involvement with animal rights and so on.
Yeah. And I don't know. I think a lot of it has to do with Ronald McDonald, which I will get into. I wanted to maybe talk about that a little bit too.
He's a fucking clown. He's mocking you. He's fucking honking his stupid nose right in your face.
The death of Ronald McDonald, and is Ronald McDonald a Christ-like figure? That's something to ponder. I mean, he isn't. But wouldn't that be funny, folks?
More children recognize Ronald McDonald than they do Jesus
Christ.
H. Christ.
Which, you know what? I that is something I'm okay with.
It doesn't seem to be that bad of a thing.
Yeah. Like, who cares? They
I
both
think
suck.
I think Ronald McDonald would have to be the sort of the trickster archetype, the Loki wolf. He killed Balder. He killed Beauty.
He killed
and Odin had to
Voldemort.
turn into an eagle to go rescue him.
That's why
Ronald
Varg's so
McDonald
mad.
killed Voldemort.
No, Varg. Actually, one more anecdote.
Yeah, what's Varg
there's
gotta say about
there's a
McDonald's?
fucking clip of Varg in prison where he's talking about the first McDonald's opening in Bergen, his little town in Norway that he's from. And this is Varg. Who knows if this is real? But he said that when him and his friends were little kids, it opened up, and they saw it as the Soviets did as a symbol of Americanism, America. But they were not fans of that. I think there's a bit of a tradition of anti-Anglosphere thinking in Norway. So him and his friends, I guess, went down there after it was closed and just shot at it with rifles like fucking primitive tribes people. Like it was a
like
fucking
fucking
foreign beast.
lunatics?
Yes, yeah. So
This was before the church stuff.
So yeah, Ronald
They
McDonald
started off with McDonald's and
Ronald McDonald killed Balder, and Varg will have his vengeance once again.
That's why he did.
That'd be better than burning churches.
Yeah.
There's a lot more of them, though.
I was gonna say, just so if you have a Twitter or something like that, please leave Varg alone.
What's going on?
No,
people are trying to troll Varg.
People
it's
are
like
trying to troll Varg.
People like
You
that.
don't need to do
Because-
that.
Yeah, people like
and it's
that.
all because of Felix from Chapo. Like,
Yeah,
it's funny when he does it, but it's not funny when you do it. And he's not trolling Varg; he's just pointing it out. He's doing what we do, which is look and go, "Wow, that's funny," and that's it.
With someone like Varg, you really have to leave people like that alone and just let them do their thing because it's too funny on their own. I will say the guy who got him with the Bofa thing, that was funny the first time.
Was that so? That was real.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, that's really funny.
Hashtag leave Varg alone.
Yeah, leave Varg alone.
Hashtag leave Varg
We
alone.
were here first.
it's-
You guys just are finding. Some of you guys are just finding out about Varg, and I've known
How
about that
funny
guy
he
for like
is.
over a decade, and it's just been funny since.
It's like seeing a rare animal in the wild. You just have to let it do its thing.
You'll just see him wearing a funny suit of armor one day, and
The rare comedian Varg.
Do a
Varg
karate
Vickers.
kick.
see him walking through the forest with his 7 kids or however fucking many
LARPing with
fathers
his
got.
children.
He larped.
Ching
Ah,
dong.
dude. Of course he larps.
To be fair, I wish my dad LARPed with me. That would be cool.
My emo band. I wish my dad LARPed with me.
Well, I mean, depending on who you ask, Vinny, the singer of Brain Card, died in a LARPing accident.
That's true. That's true.
And I will
I don't know
take
why
that-
you're laughing at
I
that.
will take that
I
to
mean,
my
it's a little
grave.
funny.
Yeah, I'm
honestly.
sorry.
You're
It's-
talking about, not having to edit things out of the show. That laugh might have to go.
Damn.
Just depends
Yeah,
on who
just
you
be a-
Or you
ask.
get an audience clip of just like, oh.
I mean, it is. I get why it's funny, but I'm thinking about what his family would feel about it, and
Luckily, I don't think they listen to the Kings of Punk.
it's probably true.
But before
right, we're
we
gonna-
get into the hateful side of like how
Let's-
punk bands started getting into food,
Yeah.
that Ramones song.
Well, we're gonna get into that, and we're gonna take a quick break here.
McFib, motherfucker! Brick Squad! Burr, 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 burr! Oh shit.
Yo, what up? We're back.
Yo.
And now we're gonna be talking about something that is the real reason why we have this podcast, which is punk music.
This is when fast food starts to get punk.
and gets real.
This is what it's like when worlds collide, okay?
Yes.
Punk music, fast food,
Punk-
specifically McDonald's.
Punk
Fast music,
Power
fast
Man
food.
5000.
Fast music, fast food.
Fast music.
It
fast
is.
food.
I mean, per the points we made in the first half, I don't know to what extent this was emphasized, but it should go without saying that fast food is an unavoidable part of Western society. So for artists like the punk bands, particularly in the 80s, who sought to comment on society and maybe be critical of it, or even just to speak of living in it, it makes sense that they would feel compelled to address this Leviathan that is over our head at all times.
in all sorts of different ways too. Mainly negative, or
Yep.
informal, hateful.
So Tim, hit us with a couple. Let's just fucking talk about some bands here. Talk about some songs.
Yeah, I mean, for this episode, I think I did a pretty good amount of research here. I got
Extensive.
a good list of songs here that I'll make reference to McDonald's. So
We should start with the first one in a reference to the previous episode, which is
AC.
AC, the song "Locking Drop Dead in a McDonald's."
It's AC American Cheeseburger.
American
Yep.
Cheeseburger. That
Shout out
great
to
Brian
Rob
Core
and
band.
Tom.
What is this song called?
Locking Drop Dead in a McDonald's.
Like the vegan hardcore
That
band.
were very preachy about.
Yeah,
Not only were they vegan and all that, but they were very preachy about it. Yes.
It's a good way, pretty funny way for them to take a shot
But
at a
that's
vegan
the
band.
fucking perfect way for them
Isn't
to take
it
a
true
shot.
though? Didn't Seth lock the guy in
Yes.
McDonald's?
It
I
did
have the picture. There's
a
It's like him against. It's like him pushing against the doors, and the three members, not Bob, is in there, and that's just really fun. That's super funny.
That's
Damn, I
sick.
can't believe that's the first I've heard of that. That's awesome.
That kind of goes. So on the last episode, Trevor did bring that up, and yes, that is 100% real. There is a photo of that being a thing.
Well, what did AC have to say about
They
Mickey
were just
D's?
like, I forgot what the lyrics
I don't think
are.
I don't think there
like,
was lyrics on
No,
that.
there are lyrics. It's like, hey Bob, hey Glenn, and like, I don't give a shit about what you say. I think one of the lines is like, I'm gonna cook a burger on your face or something like that. It's really stupid.
Seth Putnam, I'm sure, loved McDonald's. McDonald's is sort of a large-scale obscenity in a way, per everything we touched on the first time around.
Yeah.
And we all know that Mr. Putnam was a fan of obscenity.
Well, after you spend all your money on drugs too, there's not much left in the budget.
No,
Right.
absolutely.
I mean, and he had the physique of a seasoned McDonald's veteran.
Yeah,
One-
definitely a fast food fan.
One anecdote I did want to bring up. Our good friend of the pod, Ralph from Haunted Hotel Records, had some anecdotes about anal cunt. And he said he saw them in like 95, 96 or something. He said 96. I think it was probably like 98 when they were doing the Picnic of Love stuff. He said it was Seth and Josh doing that acoustic. And they were handing out cupcakes and like wine and stuff like that. And they'd like
Cupcakes and wine, like
Picnic
red
of
wine
Love.
or white.
I don't know. I should ask him. But like, that is like really funny. Imagining going to see AC, and that Japanese band. They brought up this Japanese band that I've never heard of before. But yeah, I just wanted to tap that little anecdote about AC because I thought that was very funny.
The AC stuff went over good, so can't get enough of it.
The best that they've probably ever gone over for anyone, to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
Yeah.
At least in the last like 10 years.
But
if anyone was gonna do that, I'm glad it was you guys.
yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Seth.
Yeah. What we got next, Tim? What's something else we got?
Well, next one. How about let's go with actually, this is me and Jacob. We just watched a video of Henry Rollins, a spoken word thing talking about the singer of Circle One, John Macias.
Oh, yeah.
That crazy guy?
Classic
Yeah.
story about the crazy guy. So, for folks who don't know, this is a classic punk story. I'll give a little background on Macias first. He was this big black guy with a shaved head who had a band called Circle One in L.A. And, I mean, I'm not just going to do Rollins' bit. You can look it up. He does it better than I could. But Macias was a tough but fair guy. We'll leave it at that. But he had some mental issues. He got really into Christianity later on, which is interesting. You can even hear it on the Circle One album. Apparently, the other band members were not into that. They didn't really know what the fuck John was talking about, but they weren't going to argue with him. So one day he went off his medication, and he was, I guess, per Rollins, it started, he was in a diner, and he's like yelling at the ceiling, and he gets kicked out of the diner. They had called the cops. He tells the cops off. And then Macias's next stop was he went to a McDonald's near the Santa Monica Pier, and
Assaulted an old woman.
there was an old woman eating a Big Mac, and he punched her in the face.
It's always vaguely reminded me of someone I used to know.
Yeah,
It really is, but go on.
A little bit.
But go on.
A little bit. That's. I'm not going to say anything.
Said
else
vaguely.
About that.
Go on.
And then after that, Macias famously went to the Santa Monica Pier and proceeded to try and toss people off. I don't know if succeeded or not, but then he was shot by the police. But them punching an old lady with a Big Mac in the face is a really powerful visual, especially if you know what this motherfucker looks like.
Rollins said that he pushed like a security guard off like a bridge onto like a. It wasn't into the water. It was like onto some like.
Yes,
concrete
no,
or
it was
something.
not into the water. Circle
Guy got
One
fucked up, I think.
Circle One has some solid jams, by the way. Destroy Axon is a sweet song. They got Highway Patrolman is one of my favorite anti-cop songs. Very anti-society type of band. So kind of, I guess, maybe a fitting end for Mr. Macias.
To start a McDonald's, yeah.
Great footage from his weird punk church in the movie Another State of Mind, too, which is a good movie.
Cool.
Punk church.
Yeah, I've never heard of Circle One, really, so.
They're cool. They're good.
Yeah.
They are pretty cool.
Let's move on to, how about we'll go with MDC's Corporate Death Burger.
Oh, that's
a
the
pretty
classic.
That might have
seven.
the.
Is that a 7-inch or a full length?
That's on the
It's on the first full length.
Yeah.
This was the first song I thought of when we came up with this topic.
Me too.
Because I used to jam that LP out a good amount in high school. I revisited it not that long ago. I wasn't expecting to still like it, but it's good. The production's a little weird. It's kind of muffled sounding, I guess you could say.
It's kind of shoddy.
Yeah. But the production kind of works. Dave Dichter's vocal delivery is pretty cool because you can generally tell what he's saying. He sounds kind of very sort of gruff vocal delivery. He's got a lot of attitude, which I like.
Yeah.
That's a good catchy song on there. I like the song "America's So Straight" too, where it's with a medley with Dead Cops. That's a good one. And MDC, I mean, in terms of attempting to develop some sort of political consciousness within punk in the 80s, which I don't know if I would say that was a successful project, but I would say that Dave Dichter was one of the main people leading it. He was involved.
Probably one of the earliest too.
In America,
Yeah.
yes.
If we'd have to do more research on the years and what every song on this list that Tim made come from, but I feel like he might have taken some of the first shots at especially just the whole fast food thing.
Definitely, and sort of animal rights stuff, definitely, in America especially. I mean, putting out a record called John Wayne Was a Nazi in, '79. I mean, that was ahead of the curve. He was involved with MRR, too, which was sort of pursuing a similar project.
Another MDC song that touches on the animal rights, Chicken Squawk.
Chicken Squawk, that's a good one, yeah. So definitely, and this was before...
That was like 83.
Yeah,
like
veganism and vegetarianism, I think I know they were a lot less big back then, so it makes sense they would catch on in a counterculture like punk. Now, later on in the 80s, some of the Cro-Mags guys, etc., got into Hare Krishna and started also doing vegetarianism, but through a more reactionary lens, we'll say, which is where the hardline vegan straight edge movement comes from. The band Vegan Reich, which I am a fan of.
Oh,
Holy
a
shit.
little bit of
What's
a different
that,
angle, but
Fuck, what's that Youth of Today song?
That's
No
what I
More.
was thinking of
Yeah,
you today
that's
this
what
whole
I
No
was
time.
More with the music video, yeah.
Yep. They got recently 586 got like an original copy of that on the VHS.
Really?
They had like 4 copies. Yeah, he uploaded it recently. That was very cool.
Yeah, the dawn
cool,
of
yeah.
vegan straight edge, which is still pretty prevalent today.
Honestly, I
Enough
think
so
that's
that
like.
it's got its whole own thing.
Earth,
Do you know
Earth
anyone
Crisis.
that's straight edge that isn't vegan?
I know I have known those people.
I mean,
yeah.
technically, I guess, but those people also don't claim straight edge per se.
Okay.
They just don't get fucked up and
No, I don't think
maybe
like,
occasionally eat eggs.
we know people who are straight edge who aren't vegan. Those like Mike and Kyle and those guys eat meat.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
believe.
technically.
But you know what I mean.
No one that I'm
Whenever
really
I
like
hear
close to.
Yeah.
Whenever I hear straight edge, my mind immediately pivots to I am also vegan.
And it wasn't always like that.
It wasn't always like
that
that.
started, I think, with Youth of Today, and then subsequently with the Hardline thing and Earth Crisis and all that.
Yeah, does Earth Crisis have a song about?
No, their lyrical approach was, I think, a little bit loftier and more verbose. They wouldn't talk about something as particular as McDonald's. I wouldn't imagine.
I'll put the chugs to Firestorm and
They're more.
right
I was gonna
here.
say more about killing drug dealers or.
I
think that was
worked. I
more their
worked with
thing.
a guy briefly that was briefly in Earth Crisis.
Oh yeah, you
Some,
told me that. Yeah.
Want some lineup at some point,
Oh yeah, because they are from.
and
Syracuse.
it was at a vegan restaurant. I might add.
Yeah.
But he was
Shit.
not straight edge, and probably liked McDonald's.
Yeah, I don't know. No, it's just that's something I think of like whenever I literally someone says they're straight edge, I immediately just think that they're vegan because they're so synonymous. I would say especially if they're into hardcore. Like if someone just says like, obviously you're not straight edge if you aren't into hardcore, but like the whole vegan straight edge thing is such a hardcore thing. And by straight edge, I mean like just lack the sobriety in general.
Well, yeah, it makes sense on a few different levels. Because on one hand, on a more personal level, it's like you already have made it a virtue to sort of limit your earthly pleasures in a way. And along with that, for a lot of those guys, and understandably, part of the reason they don't do drugs is because they recognize that it is a monstrous industry with cartels and the CIA, so on and so forth. So if you're already thinking along those lines, it's not a huge jump to say, I'm not going to fucking eat meat either. Because it is, to be clear, and we'll probably touch on this more with the other bands, like, I eat meat, we all eat meat, you all literally listen to us eat meat. It is a monstrous industry, and God will judge us for it someday.
For the McRib?
Yes.
Fuck.
it's not that far off from the cartels. It's just a
Really not,
much
yeah.
nicer version of it. What we got next, Tim?
Disrupt, Rid the Cancer 7-inch. The artwork for that.
Yes. So
Gotta-
that is so I wanted to clarify. That is a bootleg 7-inch.
I feel like it's still pretty recognizable. It's
recognizable.
like they're like Disrupt shirts with that on it.
Is that what the lyrics to that song are about? Do you know?
The song,
Is it
Rid
It's
the
it's
Cancer.
definitely it's not it's more so about
I think
multinational
factory farming and stuff like that.
that kind of stuff.
I mean, it is such a Leviathan. You don't even know where to
It
start.
really it's definitely on
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's not about McDonald's.
Right.
And it's
No,
not
I didn't-
even
I didn't
necessarily
think it was
about
about
fast
that, yeah.
food.
But I'd
The-
say it's
the industry behind it.
Yeah, exactly.
And
yes.
the machinations of that with global capital.
yes,
more broadly.
because
It's
specifically,
more conditions for
if you don't know
animals
what
and all
the
that.
image is, to our listeners, it is what it looks like a very large cattle rancher kind of style capitalist who is holding up a little mask
Of
in
Ronald
front of his
McDonald.
face of Ronald McDonald.
Now this is first off, I would ask where is Disrupt from? That's an American band, right?
New
are
England
from New
actually.
New England
Yeah.
and more recent. This is like 90s, late 90s,
Yeah.
right?
No. Early
late
90s.
They started in '88, I believe.
Yeah, and there were, and maybe we'll touch on some of them later. There were prior to that. I think we should do another episode about like a narco punk in the UK.
They were probably Disrupt was probably contemporaries with Drop Dead.
Yes.
I would think, right?
I was
They're like
literally
a
about
heavy
to say
crust
that.
band, though,
Did
right?
they do a
Yes.
split?
Yeah.
I was gonna say Siege for some reason. Drop Dead and
I don't think.
no, they did a split
actually.
with Destroy, and they have a split
Rupture,
with
too.
Rupture.
Did they
have
go
a couple
with
splits.
Phobia, or am I just associating those bands?
Disrupt and Phobia.
Yeah.
They
They'd know better than me. I want to say yes. I also want to say
I don't think so.
no.
Drop Dead did a split with Rupture. I think that's what. You
yeah,
mean.
that's what I meant. Drop Dead did a split.
I was just
that
correlating the
Rupture.
whole like
That Rupture side is fucking
speaking
good.
out on animal abuse type thing.
Well, yeah,
with both those
this
bands.
is something I was going to say with this band and maybe some of the earlier UK bands, but even into the 90s, early 2000s, like in the punk scene and also even outside of that and what you would call like leftist circles. I mean, I can remember when I was a kid, two of the biggest things that those folks would talk about were animal rights was bigger. And I understand why priorities have shifted with that, especially since as it's become more and more apparent that vegan food is not much better for the environment, and we have to do a lot more than adjust our diets.
Soy is destroying the rainforest.
Yes, yeah.
A lot of other things are as well, but soy is tied up into that too.
Yeah, if, like cattle ranching.
Your tempeh is horrible for the rainforest.
Yeah.
Cattle ranching is like way worse, only by the sheer fact that they just need more land to like raise cattle.
We can't win, and we're all going to die.
Yeah. The ecological catastrophe won't be averted by your diet. But regardless, like two issues that folks that were leftists against the establishment, whatever, that used to I talk about a lot more were both animal rights and globalization. These are two issues that have been completely abandoned by the left flank, and unfortunately the right flank is now seizing upon globalization is what they're going to post. But I would be interested in examining, obviously conditions have shifted. I understand why priorities would shift, but I think the shift, the fact that these things are less prevalent issues now, I have to think it's an op, particularly with animal rights groups, like because some of these groups are really radical. They were doing direct action, and like I have to learn more about it, but I know like the ALF and Shift, they were doing real shit. And when you do real shit, the CIA fucks you. So I think probably a lot of these groups, the reason you see this shift in discourse is because the groups that were interested in it probably got opt.
Or
really
even
bad.
probably like Earth First, kind of. Because, I mean, you never hear anything
exactly.
about that.
You used to hear about this stuff all the time, and it's just gone now. And I don't think it's just as simple as people stop caring. There must be some chicanery
I'm sure
here.
Some of those people must have. Maybe they were more likely to shift their interest more towards Black Lives movements.
Oh, no, I'm not disputing that. I just think there's something else going on, too. And I'm not, of course, saying that I'm, of course, not saying that they shouldn't have done that. But
Well, everything you said earlier, and just the way that I perceive things to be, I'm sure you're right.
I mean, just by virtue of how radical some of those groups were, when that kind of thing happens,
Now you don't hear a peep.
Someone probably shut something down along the way. In addition to people, I think, rightfully maybe moving on to other things that are more immediate, but, could be a bit of both. And I'll be looking into that more, particularly since, like I said, I do want to do an episode on UK anarcho-punk, and I think it's difficult to talk about that without talking about animal rights.
Well, if we want to go off on that, and speaking of anarcho-punk, the next band, Conflict.
One of my favorites. Love Conflict.
The song I found, it's called, let me see here. It's called These Things Take Time. And it's like a dub track.
Really? What album is that on? I don't know if I know that one.
Came out in 88. It's like the final something.
Yeah,
I
the
think.
final Conflict. It's after
Yeah,
Ungovernable
yeah.
Force. I haven't listened to that one in a while, but I love Conflict. That's one of my favorite bands of that type. And I got in that band pretty early. I was like probably 15 or 16. And I love them because musically they're very, very ambitious. Their albums all have interludes with samples, very musically varied, which I think if you are going to undertake an ambitious political project with your music, it necessitates artistic ambition as well,
Yeah, you need a little more than just here's a band playing a bunch of songs and we'll see if it fits together.
This song I looked up is actually probably one of my favorite songs I actually found from this. It's
Interesting.
really good song. Look it up.
Yeah, we're gonna make up YouTube playlists, I think.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
gonna be in the description. So just look below, and you'll be able to see that, and just check out some of these songs. Cause
I've
stuff.
never listened to Conflict once.
Oh.
Listen to
And
Conflict.
I haven't
Steve
listened-
Ignorant from
I haven't listened
Crass.
to Disrupt in probably about 9 years. So
Whoa.
Steve Ignorant. Oh yeah.
I don't know if I've listened to Disrupt ever. I mean, not since high
Whoa.
school.
There's
this play, I'm
they're
gonna
sick.
benefit from this playlist.
Yeah.
This is shit that I should have listened to before this.
Steve Ignorant from Crass actually played on that Conflict song on that album.
That's a solid endorsement.
Yeah. So, and speaking of Crass, I got a song from them too called I think they would probably pronounce it Contaminational Power. It's like
Which album is that on? Where's that from?
that was on
Must be a later one.
I think it was the one that came out in 82.
Christ the album? Or no, it's the one before that.
Yeah, I think it's that one, the one before.
Yeah. I mean, Crass, it's interesting because when I was younger and I was first hearing about them as a teenager, I listened to them and I didn't like it. The music didn't grab me. I think I needed to hear more abrasive music first. And now I love them. It's really musically innovative band, totally different approach to making punk music. And the lyrics are really biting. A lot of people rip on this band for being people think they're preachy. I guess I get that. But I think more what actually bothers people about it is not that it's preachy, but that it really it's an unmitigated indictment of so many things, and it can come off as very grim and pessimistic. Not a fun band, but a good band.
Yeah.
Very unapologetic.
It really is. Like the lyrics in that song, the chorus goes, it's talking about, or like the song itself is about how Britain, using nuclear weapons or nuclear power. Was,
Oh, that's on Stations of the Crass.
That's the
it.
one. Yeah.
That's
79.
it,
79.
Wow, really? Jeez.
And then, Penis Envy came out 2 years after that.
Yeah. Christ, the album's 83, I believe.
Okay.
I was gonna say, man,
His
it's.
second
I remember
album.
listening to, because my musical history with punk music, I was into metal, and I think when I was listening to the 80s, 70s punk stuff, I was also listening to death metal and black metal and gore grind stuff, which is a very weird juxtaposition of interests because I'd go from listening to I don't know, Deicide or something like that into listening to the Flex Your Head comp. So I remember listening to Fitting of the 5000 and just being I don't think, I was I like this, I guess, but I kind of don't. I just didn't have any sort of thing to kind of base it off of because it wasn't like the Ramones.
I mean, you would barely have more one now. It kind of doesn't sound like much else. It's very tinny, too. It's very abrasive. But it's catchy. If you actually listen to it and get into the contours of the music, they're like pop songs. On that album, at least.
The guitar sounds so weird on that record.
Yes, yeah.
But I like it, though. The
drummer has,
what,
just a snare or something? Not really, but that's what it sounds like.
He's just doing, military.
He's doing rolls the whole time.
I do I do like some peace punk kind of stuff. I don't think it's a genre that I don't really, and anarcho stuff. It's a genre I don't ever find myself listening to when it comes to punk music. But an Os Rotten I do enjoy, and Crass is a band I really, really, really need to dive into.
I'll get you down on some peace punk, dude. Some of it is great.
As far as Crass goes, too, a lot of their stuff sounds very different from it. They've got some really interesting punk songs.
Yeah. And some more experimental albums. But yeah, you want to get into peace punk? We'll talk.
One day,
maybe
in a future episode.
Yeah, we'll prepare for that.
But speaking of catchy songs,
yeah,
and you brought up the Ramones and the topic that we're on for this episode. Getting back to the romantic feel that fast food once have, the Ramones, which. Well, they were one of the first punk bands ever, right?
Panks bands.
And oh, I love her so. It's not McDonald's, but the lyrics, I met her at the Burger King, fell in love by the soda machine.
That's one of my favorite Ramones songs and always has been.
Classic.
I love it, yeah. And you touched on something that I would like to sort of explicate for a second. Even when I was a kid, and this isn't me having childhood nostalgia because I hated being a child. I would never go back. But McDonald's was fun back then. It was kind of nice. There was still something human about it. You go
fucking
to
ball pit.
Ball pit. You go to a fucking McDonald's now, and it looks like a fucking airport. It really is just as the superstructure has evolved along with, the undergirding machinations of it moving forward and the gears turning. Our whole society has been HR departmenticized. Jesus Christ. There's got to be a better word for that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Everything has become so much, it's it gets more sterile by the day. And if you look at what a McDonald's fucking physically looks like now, it's a fucking good example of that.
But then look at what we just ate. It's this doesn't match. This is fucking shit.
Exactly, and that's what I think. Maybe we need to. You know what? Exactly, we should write new punk songs about McDonald's because it's so much more insulting now.
Yeah, I would say to kind of go off that real quick.
Because not only is it bad and it's some of our only choices now. We're expected to pretend that it's good, or they're telling us that it's good, and it's fucking not good. So just be honest with us.
And we should applaud them for being a little better, I guess.
New Leaking Head song.
Yeah, Progressive Burger
McDonald's
Company. Fucking
coming
jack
out.
me off.
I'd say McDonald's.
McFucking-Rib!
Shout out to Radioactive Snowshoe.
Our
friend Jared
probably
that was
heard
on.
that, and that's what the middle.
We're going to use that as an interlude, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I
wait.
had thoughts about McDonald's in regards to Ronald. Because Ronald McDonald was such an integral part of McDonald's, which is featured prominently on several of the albums that we're going to talk about. One of them being a album that is kind of related to Rochester, the compilation This Comp Kills Fascists Volume 1, which features Spoonful of Vicodin. Shout out to them.
Shout out to Spoonful, for real.
The corporate mascot is a thing that is like almost not a thing anymore. Like most
That's
places,
fascinating, yeah.
mascots are dying, and it also relates to punk bands and stuff like that. Punk bands, and really more specifically metal bands. Metal bands loved the mascot in bands. 80s heavy metal bands, tons of them had like stupid mascots.
Eddie.
Fucking Eddie.
How fucking huge Eddie
The
is.
Riot, Seal
Yeah,
Man.
the seal.
The last great icon.
The Circle Jerks guy.
Circle Jerks guy. DRI, Skank Man. The last great icon, which is not even great, and it sucks, and it shows you how it kind of works like that, was that I can think of that was like kind of newer, is Disturbed's The Guy. Yes.
I haven't
the
seen
hooded
this yet. He said
man.
he's just called the guy.
The
right?
hooded guy that's on a lot of Disturbed albums is called The Guy.
They put a lot of thought into that, clearly.
He's got like
he looks like
he's
a stormy cloud.
He's the new
He
metal
looks like
version.
he's like the fake Grim Reaper on like their
Yeah.
album covers.
He's the new
He's
metal
like
version
Foggy.
of the hooded
He's like the
Mosher.
bitch made Grim Reaper.
the Grim Reaper's stepson.
He's the new metal version of the hooded Mosher. That's on so many hardcore like
Yeah.
demos and stuff like that.
The
He's
fucking
sick
the
and
25
twisted.
to life guy with the guns.
Yes,
Friendship
Now
loyalty.
that's sick.
That's pretty
Yo, when Rick
25
Alive
to life
said,
is sick.
"Rah, rah, 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 rah," that really,
I
that
felt
really
that
felt that.
shit.
I felt that.
No, you raised something interesting. I got to think over it more, but the disappearance of the corporate mascot is fascinating. At first blush, my take would be that it's just asking people to relate to a mascot is too much now. We're all supposed
Yeah.
to be our own mascot.
They've also
Well,
kind of
people are
gotten
mascots.
we
beyond
are all
that.
clowns now. We
Yes.
we are all Ronald McDonald now. We
People
don't
are
need to look at him
mascots.
anymore.
They don't need that. They have Travis Scott now.
They're also
Yeah.
so fucking huge and successful and powerful that they kind of surpass the need of doing that.
Yeah.
They
Not
did-
only like Ronald McDonald, they still use the M, but Burger King, when's the last time you saw a series of new commercials they were doing where it was the King,
Yeah.
that character?
He was a newer one. He was a newer.
Hey, how about KFC
mascot.
though? You still see the Colonel up in that.
Also,
do.
I want
That's
to.
true.
He was like
That
a
is
fucking
hard to-
He was a snowman,
That is hard to get rid of because he's like in the logo almost.
but he was a real man.
Worked
He
at
was
KFC
also a
for
real
years.
Yes, and he used to.
We did.
I feel like you guys should talk about that. Your time at working for a fast
We
food
did work for a
establishment.
fast food company.
We did
with each other at the same time.
at the same
Didn't
place.
you fuck up a fryer or something? I remember
You
hearing
kicks,
this
you
story.
kicks.
No.
Well, hey, you might not. Yeah, nah, that didn't happen. That didn't happen.
You know, I heard
Yeah,
that.
just
I heard,
there will be some silence here for.
you know,
Man, what was that weird silence?
we are against dry snitching.
I heard that later on, the real Colonel Sanders, like, because in the early days he would go visit the restaurants.
Yeah.
And he continued to do that after he was completely senile. And he would just be picking up ingredients and dropping them and doing shit that doesn't make any sense.
That's how he got the secret ingredients.
That's how he got the
23
job.
Spices
Yep,
or something.
and now
I
he's
think
the
of Dr.
president.
Pepper.
Yeah, I did read a story about how he would
I was going to do that in the White House.
dip his balls in the flour and fry them.
His balls. Isn't there a movie coming out now where it's like sexy Colonel Sanders?
Yeah, with what's his name? The guy.
the guy that was on fucking Saved by the Bell.
Screech. That
No,
guy.
not Screech. Screech got into porno at one point, I thought.
I remember that, yeah.
And
Well, you
then
said
like went on
sexy
Celebrity
Colonel
Rehab.
Naked porno.
It's no, I'm actually I'm not gonna look this up because it's so fucking.
Did you
I
say
know
you-
it's a Hispanic guy, and I just the only
Pretty
name I
sure
can
that
think.
was the dude from Saved by the Bell.
yeah.
Oh,
I
Lil-
was just thinking
it's
Antonio
like a Lifetime
Banderas.
movie.
Lil Dicky.
Lil Dicky.
It's
Yeah,
I forgot
Daddy
who it
Yankee.
was.
Lil Dicky from Saved by
Mario-
the Bell.
Mario
Real name
something?
Screech.
I think it is Mario something. Yeah.
Dustin Diamond. Shout out Dustin Diamond.
Shout out
Yeah.
Antonio Banderas.
So let's move on. You know what? Let's talk about. I did mention the This Comp Kills Fascists Volume 1, which features a
This Colonel
zombie
fucks
Ronald
bitches.
McDonald on, I believe, either the layout. It's definitely
on the
involved
inside
in there.
of it, yeah.
On the inside. The LP version, there's a couple versions. I remember ordering the CD version at Record Archive. They had to order it from Relapse, I believe, and then I got it there. And I got to say this. that is a record. That is a game-changing like album, especially considering a band from my fucking city was on it with
That's
fucking
pretty dope, yeah.
Magruder Grind and Insect Warfare and like Brutal Truth and shit. Like,
And how could you forget Man Will Destroy Himself?
yes, oh man, someone I know shared Man Will Destroy Himself and be like, this band is good, and it's like, sorry if someone in that band hears this, I am not trying to be a dick. We're not trying to be a dick. But every single time I listened, those tracks came on, I skipped them. I think it was just a flow thing.
Yeah, I mean,
I just didn't really-
but
didn't really
Spoonful
fit.
is just way better.
Yeah, and like before, who was before them? Like Insect Warfare or something like that?
Shitstorm, I think.
Shitstorm. Oh, come
Which,
on. And
you
then
know, those
after
were
them, who was
completely
after
ripping
them?
tracks. After them was Chainsaw, or no, it was Total Fucking Destruction. That's who.
Okay, because I do remember it is funny that shout out to Ben, our friend Ben.
Ben Wood.
Who was mad that he was on the B side because they released it as as 7 inches too.
Right.
And he was on the 7-inch with Total Fucking Destruction because he does not like Rich Hoke. that is so funny. That's how it ended.
You're fucking me up now. Sorry, I am drifting off a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to do a solo thing at some point about McDonald's because I got all caught up in the sandwich and pork belly futures.
Yeah.
I barely thought about Ronald McDonald as a mascot. There's so much there.
I'm thinking
about
here's the thing. He kind of disappeared. Remember when the clown thing happened? People
Yes.
All the scary clowns in the woods and fields.
That coincides with his disappearance. He was already kind of fading into obscurity.
Maybe McDonald's did a psyop where they were like, "Oh, send these fucking clowns out, and we can just axe this
Yes, and for
douchebag
people listening
Ronald."
years from now, there was what seemed like a fake news story about like people dressed as clowns
Killer
committing murders.
clowns.
Now, since then, we've seen another clown emerge in our public consciousness in a big way about a year ago.
I thought you were going to talk about. I thought you were going to say Donald Trump.
Oh, you mean the Jonker, right?
I'm talking, of course, about Joker.
Oh,
Joker.
Joker. It's me.
Like how we all just said the Joker in like a different.
It's me.
Maybe
the
that's-
Joker
I gotta-
from Batman.
I got to think about it
I'm
more.
the Joker, baby.
Maybe that's punished Ronald. He's lost.
Dude, that's when Ronald McDonald.
That's when he
finally
got.
lost
That's after
it
he got
all.
axed. Yeah.
He had all
Yeah.
that money behind him too.
And
he
then,
turned
and
himself
then, and then
into a
exactly,
freak.
he saw the folly of capitalism. It failed him because he lost his empire, and he comes back as this
2022, the next
revolutionary
Batman
figure
series
in Joker.
is gonna. The
Hey,
first,
Murray?
It'll be about Ronald McDonald turning into the Joker, baby.
When you call me on, can you call me Ronald? Sure thing, Ronald. Sure.
The McRib isn't good, and I'm tired of pretending that it's not.
I was gonna do one. It's Joker, but it's the Eric Cartman origin story.
That's a really good bit. I'm proud of you for that one.
How about another joke, Mr. Garrison?
Dude,
What do you get when you cross a single mother with a society that steps on him and treats him like dirt? You get what you fucking deserve, Kyle.
We live in a society.
We live in a society.
That's a great bit.
Oh my god. Let's
Yeah, what's the
let's
next
keep
song?
going. We got a couple.
Let's
We got a
rein this
couple other
in,
bigger
yeah.
ones.
No more clown shit. You join the
Yeah.
circus, you do clown shit. To quote Cameron,
Also, the
and the
correlation
song Medellin.
correlation between McDonald's or Ronald McDonald and Juggalos. Just saying.
really.
Here's a
We're
song
doing
I
a whole nother clown
found.
episode too.
Here's a song I found where it's really very bizarre lyrics, and the McDonald's reference in it is just very.
Yeah.
U.S. Bombs, that band. You know that band?
Dwayne Peters.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, dude, famous skateboarder.
Yep.
Which also lots of skateboard artwork.
I was gonna say they love McDonald's,
doing
right?
fast food one-off rip-offs. A lot of them
Well,
just get cease
maybe-
and desist.
Maybe I'm also wrong on this too, but isn't like I feel like since I don't skate or anything, so I don't know, but isn't there kind of like I feel like with skateboarding, there's like a lot of like kind of like sponsorships and like
Well, Mountain Dew, Red Bull.
yeah, like all sorts of kinds of
Early 2000s, possibly very late 90s. Tony Hawk with Bagel Bites. They called him Bagel Boy. I feel like over the past 15 years, McDonald's probably had professional skateboarders in their TV commercials for advertisements. Not so much now, but yeah, I mean Mountain Dew, Red Bull, basically fast food.
Right. But this song, this weird song, I looked at the lyrics about this. It's called Framed. These guys in this song, they kind of explain their stance on how they think the Oklahoma City bombing was a setup and Timothy McVeigh didn't do it. Because they said he was at a McDonald's parking lot.
This is a conspiracy I haven't delved into yet.
Same here. I've never even heard of it.
I mean, I don't know. McVeigh, I don't know that much about McVeigh. My guess was always it was some fucking MK Ultra shit. His brain got fried by the government or something. It's possible he was just really racist too. I don't know, but it's weird that he acted out the way that he did.
He really liked what's that one white supremacist book?
The Turner Diaries.
He really liked the Turner Diaries.
Yeah,
and there was a group of people that it was kind of like a feedback loop. And it was also kind of revenge.
It sounds familiar.
It was kind of revenge. If Ruby Ridge and Waco didn't happen.
Waco, yes. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if Ruby Ridge didn't happen, then Waco wouldn't have happened. And then if those didn't happen, then the Oklahoma City bombing probably wouldn't have happened.
All I wanted was a McRib, and you wouldn't give it to me. Just a McRib.
Just very weird. I mean, I would also like to say that Dwayne Peter, he can't be. That guy's got to be a dumbass.
That
right?
guy is fried. I was gonna say that up. That he might as well be on some MK.
Right, he's probably on all sorts of
pretty
he's
fucking
shot.
fried.
He's way shot. So I'm not sold on.
He's been shot for 35 years.
Just very bizarre lyrics to read that somebody would actually defend that. Timothy McVeigh, that's.
I certainly, just to be clear to the listeners, I am not saying Timothy McVeigh.
Timothy McVeigh is innocent. Free him. Free my boy. Free him. Hashtag free him. Timmy V. 1994, kicking down your goddamn door.
Is it Timmy V or Timmy M?
Are we gonna, while we're at it, are we gonna touch on the cops buying Dylan Roof a Whopper or maybe?
Yeah, it should have been. It should have been a Big Mac.
We should have given him a McRib. Just that, then he would have been. Then there would be justice if we made him eat a couple of those things.
His heart would have turned pure.
All I wanted was a McRib, and you wouldn't give it to me.
I'm going to listen to the U.S. Bomb song though, and hear their side of the story. But I'm thinking McVeigh was just yet another mentally unstable person who read the fucking Turner Diaries. And
probably funny if in the lyrics
goes
he's
for
just
Dwayne Peters.
In the lyrics he's just like, I also don't really know much about Timothy McVeigh.
I have no idea what I'm talking about.
The lyrics are
but I don't know what I'm saying.
The lyrics are he was reading them he saw footage, or he was like, there was a military guy in the truck near the bill. It's just
QS bombs.
Yeah, seriously.
What's the
next one? Let's go with the Gothicles here. Their song "Judge Too Soon." Their approach, they're just very, like their music, very straightforward, very condemning of McDonald's. Oh, you did terrible thing, McDonald's.
Where's that guy from? He's Greek, right?
No, Belgium. Yeah.
Now, if our fans listeners do not know much about
Agathocles.
A guy, I say Agathocles.
I really don't know.
I don't think it's I think it's because it's Greek, so it's Agathocles. Some weird shit, but it's Agathocles. It's fucking Agathocles. So, they are known for pioneering what is called mincecore, which is a very punk. They're
fervent animal liberation supporters too.
Yeah. It's very punk grindcore, essentially. And they actually, to go off that with the ALF stuff, they have an album called Razor Sharp Daggers. If you listen to anything by that band, absolutely listen to that. I would say if they broke up after that, they would definitely be up there in older grindcore bands.
Still, the lore surrounding would probably.
Well, we
if
definitely
they
should.
Their catalog.
All I knew
if they did that,
right? Yeah.
All I have known about that band is they have 1 million split 7 inches. Yes. I will check that album out. Also, for the listeners, since we've referenced it several times, I'll mention, in case you don't know, ALF is the Animal Liberation Front. It was a radical. It's what it sounds like. We'll talk about it more in another episode, probably. If not, you can look it up.
Ralph said he'd be down to do an episode on Gothicles, and I think that'd be an interesting one because if you also do not know, they have a million fucking splits. I swear to God, like every year they come out with like
probably
couple
have like
dozen splits.
hundreds of splits at this point.
Yeah, they are a very prolific band.
Yeah.
Which I don't think really need to speak too much about it. It's just it is what it is. But yeah, that Gothicles is very upfront with their political beliefs.
That makes sense to me as far as what I know about the image that they have. I'm pretty much in the same boat as Jake, as I just know that they've done a million fucking splits and whatever.
Well, if we can keep up with the grindcore theme, we got a couple more, grindcore bands that have the more so imagery than in the lyrics, which is with Napalm Death on their first full-length Scum. Pretty iconic punk artwork, I would say. It's, got the black and white with like the good green and yellow background. Like two politicians.
Wait, is Mickey D's on the cover?
The logo is, yeah.
Oh,
the golden arches is on there. Yeah, right in the... Well, there's multiple. The one, I feel like
that makes sense.
The regular
normally
version is
see.
just
I've seen the green one.
You guys definitely know more about Napalm Death than me, but I recognize it with the purple.
I haven't listened to Scum in years. That's actually one
Neither
that I'm
have I.
overdue to revisit.
The A side is more in line with the I think with the more the anarcho sensibilities.
Yeah.
Like I said, Terrorizer was always my favorite
Well-
grind band, but I'm still not that versed in the genre.
To go off that, they originally started in like the early '80s as like an anarcho-punk band.
Yes, that's where grindcore came from, if I understand correctly.
And they really did sound. They were on Bullshit Detector Volume 3. They
Yeah,
had, like, a
that's
track
Crass
or two.
Records.
So they do have that like link, and why it would be like that on the A side is if you don't know, Scum is like essentially two records in one. It's like it could be like almost 2 7-inches or 2 12-inches in one. The A side is the like almost the near original lineup, and then the B side is Mick Harris with a new lineup.
Yeah.
Which is why it also
I
sounds
forgot about
radically
that,
different.
actually.
Yeah.
Which side do you prefer?
I prefer the A side, but the B side, to be honest, I don't prefer Scum like almost at all anymore. I actually been listening to like a lot of like Napalm Death recently, because I think there might be one of my favorite bands, and I think, and this is maybe a hot take here, but I don't think that band has put out a bad album. And a lot of people are going, whoa, what the heck? What about Diatribes? Guess what? I love Diatribes. What about Inside the Torn Apart? That one's not that bad. There's way worse bands out there from like the early 90s, 80s that put out way worse fucking shit in the late 90s. And even
especially as far as being just like consistent goes.
Words from the Exit Wound, also not that fucking bad. Could be way worse. So I think they're one of the better bands in that regard, and it's cool that they do have that anarcho-punk roots. Because we're in like a couple years, we're coming up on that band being
40
Well, yeah,
anniversary.
Them and some of those other earlier grind bands that still had that connection to the anarcho, whatever, they were critical even in songs of some of the stuff that came later that was musically similar to them but didn't maybe have the same deeply felt beliefs. I mean, there's the classic, the Sore Throat, Death to Capitalist Hardcore, where it's got the guy with the DRI record. Is Napalm Death the one with the SOD diss track?
No, that's Extreme Noise Terror.
Extreme Noise Terror did that, yeah.
Dude,
really,
Which is actually, I got their, they have artwork too where it's a split with them and this band Filth Kick. It's a group of crust punks like just beating up Ronald McDonald.
I just want to say that more punk bands, hardcore bands, whatever, fucking grind, even quote unquote noise artists should make diss tracks.
Couldn't agree more.
That is sick. That is so
especially
sick.
about Billy Milano and his bands.
Especially a noise
I was
artist.
going to say, hey, we're going to, hopefully coming soon, we're going to do a Punching Down on Billy Milano episode.
Like, hey,
Cover SOD there.
Leave a comment. Let us know what you think. Should we do it?
this
Punch
one
down on
goes
Billy
out
Milano.
to that bitch ass so and so, and then it's just.
To
You could do it with the like distorted vocals, like he's a bitch, bitch.
to go off
He's gay,
this
gay, gay,
diss track
gay.
talk, a band that I think is on the list has a diss track about DRI, and that is Electro Hippies.
Oh, they
This
dissed
song
DRI
called
too?
DRI or DIY, not DRI.
Oh
And
yeah.
on the cover, what's the cover?
Play Fast or Die,
Play Fast or
where
Die.
it's Ronald getting. I don't know.
Ronald McDonald is definitely there. Again, a reoccurring thing where it's not in a positive way. They're not saying
Right,
Ronald
it's like
McDonald
it's
is
like
good.
always Ronald getting like his fucking shit pushed.
Well, yeah,
in or something.
it's a stand-in for globalism and capitalism and all those things we discussed in the first half. Things that we can't beat up.
And I would
but
say-
you can beat up Ronald McDonald in your dreams and in your band artwork.
And I would say they didn't have like the lingo and like I guess quote unquote the theory that we have fucking now, where everyone's a fucking Marxist or some bullshit. Back then it was just like, goddamn, like I'm imagining that. Goddamn, I hate McDonald's. Fuck this.
They had a little
And-
bit of theory, maybe. I mean,
Yeah.
anarchist groups would I think distribute pamphlets and stuff. But you're right. I think it with punk especially, it's maybe coming from a more visceral place, which is the best place to start
Yes.
from, maybe perhaps. But yeah, the Ronald thing's interesting. Now I'm thinking about a clown.
He's a placeholder. He truly is a placeholder
Yeah,
for their
and a
anger.
clown used to be something that could be a beloved mascot. Now the only clown we have is the fucking Joker.
There's it. It made a big comeback.
Well, that's a villain too.
If I could
The
get back to
transvaluation of the clowns. I'll have to mull this over.
getting back to Electro Hippies, another interesting note with them on the more so. I think they were really big into the hunt saboteurs thing.
What is
where-
that?
I think it was like in England, like fox hunting was like really big or
Fucking
something.
of course.
Yeah, and they were. I
Fucking
think
of course.
like their album cover, "The Only Good Punk Is a Dead One." I think it was like a. It was like the logo to that
Of
group
course,
or something
on that,
like that.
fucking cursed island, those inbred motherfuckers
Yeah, do weird
are
shit
so
like that.
so invested in hunting foxes that crust bands need to write songs about it.
Yeah.
No, of course, I say this to conceal the fact that I am a bit of an Anglophile, but my God, they love their silly bullshit.
Yeah. And to go to Extreme Noise Terror, they also
That is the
have the
stupid
classic
nonsense
song,
capital of the world.
Yeah, they also have the classic song "Murder," which is just about factory farming and eating meat in general.
450 million animals
Are killed in Britain every year.
shoved down your throat,
and
shot
shot out your ass.
out your arse. Murder.
Yes, yeah. It is. I mean, the factory farming thing is really the issue for me. And I couldn't, as with all ideology, at the core of it, it comes from your feelings. Like the idea of someone farming or someone hunting. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. We can eat animals, I guess, but the factory farming, it is something truly horrific, and that I don't think is examined enough, and let alone the ecological implications of it.
It brings farming to a truly nightmarish level of death and misery, and then it's also hidden away from us. My coworker sent me a picture of a cow he killed today.
Does he own cows?
Yeah, he owns. I think he has.
How many cows does he have, and how much is
I
a
don't know.
cow a pop?
Dude, probably a lot
One
of money.
cow.
And he hunts. He showed me pictures of like deer he's like killed and stuff like that. He'll just like walk out his land and just shoot deer.
Well, it used to always be like that. I mean, that's production, baby. I mean, it used to be the things you would buy would be made by like an
that's
artisan.
kind of different too. He's hunting on his own land
Yeah.
that he owns.
But that's what people used to do. And even with other things you buy, it used to be made by some guy and he's making it, and you're buying it from one guy. And then as the profit motive does what it does, it has to get bigger and bigger. There has to be more and more growth, and you go from a small farm to this fucking nightmare. And
Right,
now
that's
it
where you
can't be
kinda lose
stopped.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did your coworker kill this cow?
I don't know. I'll ask him on Tuesday.
You put a bullet in its head, or
from No Country for Old Men.
A bolt
the
pistol.
air compressor thing? That thing's.
I believe it is called a bolt pistol.
Oh yeah,
'cause
no,
I
that's
know,
actually what they use and have used for
Yeah.
a long time.
Carcass has a song called "Captive Bolt Pistol." So I
But
believe that's-
even nowadays, that's probably used for like smaller, more independently, more organic type farms rather than like mass
Another
production type places.
band into the vegan thing, cattle decapitation.
Oh yeah.
Really big. Like that's like every one of their albums is like.
That's a death metal band, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I think we covered a lot of fucking ground here. This just the kind of, and I don't want to be like we're trying to prove a point, because I think the listener, knows that McDonald's is bad. I think it is kind of sad to see this kind of theme of anti-fast food McDonald's thing really kind of gone. Now, I was going to bring this up earlier. More bands should bring back the preachy thing. Do the fucking speeches before your set. I want to hear that.
Yeah, exactly. It's not enough to say, "Oh, I know it's bad." It's like, now this is the paradox of it: is you say, "Oh, I'm allowed to do it because I know it's bad," and then you can come back and say, "Oh, well, I won't do it," but you're going to be doing something else, and ultimately we're trapped in this paradox back and forth with ourselves. So we don't really know what to do. So I guess all you can do is whatever, and maybe a good place to start talking about it. And I would apply maybe that beyond the fast food issue, just to it's just one of those things, like so many other things, where it's been so big and so inescapable for so long, and we've been so powerless to stop it, that it's been incorporated into our landscape just like the sun rising. This is it's become part of
out against it in the first place because I eat it.
Yeah. But you have to eat it. You don't have to eat fast food. But
I've essentially accepted defeat.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that we all have. And I don't know what happens next. But I think the first step maybe is accepting that we've accepted defeat. That's precisely where to start,
Then we can try and move forward. So accept that you've accepted defeat already. If you think you haven't lost, then you're not at the true starting point. But sorry, go on. No, the thing that I wanted to talk about last, and maybe you have one more thing to talk about after that. I wanted to talk about, and I think we'll have maybe a little discussion here about it, how fast food is a very good placeholder for underground subcultures in regards to trends. If you see something trending, it will be absorbed and commodified into the greater good of capitalism and the market that it's in. A good case in point is when every fucking place was doing sriracha. Now, sriracha obviously had been a thing before that, but Wendy's and McDonald's and Burger King and this place,
all the artisanal burger places,
any artisanal thing becomes a watered down bullshit version in fast food, and that happens with all subcultures that gain a very large popularity. That's not going to happen with like a dungeon synth. No one's ever going to be like,
no, you jinxed it now. Now it absolutely will.
I'm trying to think of the Weeknd Dungeon Synth album.
Honestly,
that would be awesome.
That would be awesome, and it's not much of a stretch if you listen to Trilogy. I would just interject briefly, and if you want a perfect fucking example of this, look at the McRib. It's fake barbecue. You could not imagine a more... And we don't have time for it, the history of barbecue, but I would encourage everyone to do research on it. There is like no more culturally rooted, authentic food tradition than American barbecue. There's so much there.
This shit is an insult to it.
It's a massive insult to it. I mean, real barbecue, you'll fucking be like roasting a pork shoulder or whatever for like days. I don't know. I'm not an expert on it, but it really is an artisanal thing that, again, is connected to really authentic cultural currents that are tied to people's lived experience and their material conditions in the country, and it adds up to this fucking shitty sandwich we ate earlier. So I think for what you're talking about, this fucking McRib thing, go eat a McRib and then learn about the history of fucking barbecue in America, and you'll get exactly what Tyler's talking about. But go on.
And then tweet at McDonald's, say hashtag McRib in your ass.
Also, hashtag leave Varg alone.
Yeah,
Hashtag
seriously.
leave Varg alone.
But that is for real, though. If you're going to, like, go online and bother somebody, like, why would you, like, fuck Varg? Like, go after McDonald's or, like, Walmart.
Bother McDonald's.
Tweet at Ronald.
Or, like, yeah.
Well, because Varg is a living human being who is funny, and McDonald's is a soulless corporation that is a faceless entity.
You're not
You don't
likely
know
to get
we were
responses
attacked.
from either or.
Those are the
that both,
true.
that both thing is funny.
Varg
though.
might respond to you.
Well,
These
what-
are the things that we're fucking living in the shadows of, though.
Yeah.
Truly.
So, and a good example, another good example is that I thought I was thinking about is how when death metal started becoming popular, black metal was the kind of like it became like an antithesis in its like mission statement. Is like, we are not this. We don't wear sweatpants. We're more intense and we're crazier than them, and we take this thing seriously.
We don't wear sweatpants.
I mean, no, that was like a thing. Like,
no,
I
like
think
Euronymous
was
wrote
like,
pissed off letters about death metal bands
Yeah.
saying they don't wear sweatpants. They look like normal guys when they play. This means they're posers.
yeah.
That's
so,
awesome.
But the issue with that is that I was telling Jake this earlier this week, is that what they were selling is still a commodity, is still a thing. It's just if death metal is the McDonald's cheeseburger, then they are the artisanal, fucking hamburger on the street where only 5 people can go in and they don't sell fries.
And then it turns into fucking Cradle of Filth or whatever. A
Yes.
few
Which
years later.
everything you guys just said sounds like fucking shit. Sounds bad.
you just gotta
Sounds lame.
accept that like things fucking suck sometimes, and that ultimately you can't backlash against something becoming popular, and that's something that happens where something becomes popular, and then we kind of there's like a backlash. I feel like I'm kind of in that mode right now with in the last like 4 or 5 years with the resurgence of like quote unquote old school death metal. Even though you could say that started, over a decade ago with a band like Dead Congregation, stuff like that. Just I think a lot of the the quote unquote old school death metal or quote unquote caveman death metal stuff, I think it's fucking just whack bullshit. Tim tried to light a cigarette in the house. What are you doing?
Tim's not giving a fuck right now.
And I ultimately feel,
As you all should.
as a consumer of that, I kind of can see through it to some degree, and maybe it is, and I think for a lot of people probably is very authentic to them. For me, it doesn't feel as authentic as I would want it to be, and therefore I don't like it. And for a while, it was kind of being like, fuck death metal and shit like that. I'm gonna listen to black metal. I'm listening to like when gore grind was like popping off like last year and this year. It's like I'm gonna listen to like more power violence and punk inspired stuff.
Gonna listen to more Gabber. Gonna listen to more,
More grind.
happy
more
hardcore.
hardcore, more terror kind of shit.
I only
Have you
listen
guys
to
ever
grime.
listened to Terror
It's not
stuff?
a joke.
I only
The
listen to
band-
bands that I've
No,
been in.
the
band Terror?
music style terror.
No. What
Yeah,
is
it's
that?
It's like 350 BPM,
Techno,
like
though.
techno. It's like Gabber, but like faster.
But
Sounds
worse.
hyphy.
I only fuck with them
Yeah.
rude boy rhythms.
Ultimately, you have to understand that like you can't like. There's a difference between like a good backlash against something that ultimately is bad, which is McDonald's, and then like a backlash against like a general trend in things. Like me getting mad at people playing like dumb, boring, what I consider boring death metal. It's not really the bad thing. People are enjoying it. It'd be different. It's different when you have someone like an MGK being like, I'm going to do a pop punk album, and it really is just a bunch of trite fucking bullshit. It's just the shittiest pop punk with 808s over it. Like that's sterilized McDonald's bullshit.
Well, this is the paradox I was talking about earlier, because the best answer I have for any of that is consume whatever you want, because we don't have much of a choice and so on. But like, the best you can do is to know what you're consuming and be, conscious of that. That'll be good for your sanity, but that is ultimately insufficient. But I don't think we have another answer just yet, because
Not yet.
we're all eating the McRib all the time.
Well, I
So-
want-
But at the
wanna
same time,
say-
we're all not listening to the MGK album,
No,
so
we're
let's
not.
continue to not do that.
and,
Well-
the McRib is called ideology.
Like Jake said, it's pretty important to just acknowledge what you're consuming. But kind of with that being said, like as embedded and as much of a staple McDonald's and fast food culture is in America, they're also, come to find out, they're kind of like shitting on American people. And like was that the original, uprise with bands like MDC in the first place, talking against that sort of shit.
Well, that's exactly it. And people are removed from that because all they see is the spectacle. All they see is Ronald and the magical rib sandwich.
Yeah, like McDonald's is about as American as you can get, but it really is not a good thing.
And in fact, it's so powerful that McDonald's could be shitting on you, and you wouldn't see it because you're all cut up in the arches that look like your mother's breasts and the
I'ma
fucking
still
fries
eat it.
and whatever. And you're still going to
eat it.
We're all eating the McDonald's all the time. I do like the Shamrock Shakes. Those are quite good.
Those are good. At the end of the day, McDonald's came up like so many other things came up. They weren't like they weren't like snuffing people out and killing them to get ahead in the competition.
That we know of.
So many
Ronald
companies
got
could have,
shooters.
if it wasn't them, it was going to be someone else. That's just the nature of capitalism.
Yeah, it's part of the whole fucking the calculus of it.
That is correct.
And that calculus is in your brain too.
If you can, I guess ultimately,
It's
if you can,
configured your desires.
you know what? Never mind. I don't know. No one has an answer, but I think it ultimately is just what you said. Just you have to be like conscious of what you're consuming.
Yeah, that's all you can do for now, and it's not enough. But just keep asking these questions. Now, to close us out, I would like to first off thank you, Coug, for joining us as a guest. I hope everyone enjoyed this episode. To end things with all this,
Well, real quick,
go ahead.
Coug, do you have any plugs?
Plugs?
Plugs.
Um,
Let's do some plugs real quick for everybody.
shit. You could follow me on Instagram. It's at C0UGS. My name on Coinbase is just Jacob Petz, Petz. If you finna trade some currency or whatever. And I just personally want to say, at the end of the day, after this whole discussion, McDonald's, most of their menu, this shit tastes good.
Dude,
Yeah,
it does. I get it all the time.
While you're on Coinbase, invest in Ribcoin. It's rooted in it's from pork bellies. That's what the gold standard is here.
It's a ETH subdivision, which means that it's promising. So yeah, Ribcoin's gonna get big, baby.
But no, so some of this has been a little discouraging, but we're gonna end on a positive note.
Did you have something to say, Tim?
Nah.
Am I talking too much? I am talking.
No,
too
I
much,
just
but we're okay with
I
it,
was
right?
just wondering what Tim was going to say.
Okay.
I guess in terms of like anything that's kind of because this is the end of the episode. If you didn't know, nothing really has changed since last week. But hopefully the Leaking Head demo is going to be mastered soon.
That's what I actually want to plug. I love being in a band with these guys. I'm really stoked on the music that we've made so far and the shit that we're working on currently. Really can't wait for that shit to be out. We got a sick-ass logo done up for us. We got sick-ass tracks recorded. Tyler killed it on the mixing. I'm looking forward to that. That and the Rockcore comp coming out. I'm stoked.
All of our bands.
This is Rockcore. Fuck you. We're the only punk band in the city. Suck my balls.
All of our bands have
Straight up. Straight the fuck up.
I agree.
All of our bands have material coming out that we're going to be kind of trickling out over the next few months. So
Hell
that's kind of
HR shit, holy water. Like, son, this
Ready
can't.
Tap.
Fuck off.
Maybe the Malachor LP. Maybe.
That might be pushing it. I don't know.
That might be pushing it.
Someday. And either way,
Someday.
like this camp, we're working hard, and I'm really proud of the stuff that these guys are doing. It's good shit.
But to go on that, Jake.
So, yeah, we're going to end on a positive note here. There's been some depressing content in this episode, along with some laughs and, everything in between, I'm sure. But, every so often there's an individual who is touched by God himself and is able to pull a thread of light from the depths of darkness, and sort of unite us all in the world spirit
What are you
from the
getting
depths of despair. I'm talking, of course, about Wesley Willis. So
Yeah.
we're going to end the episode by listening to his classic track, probably his most well-known trademark tune, Rock and Roll McDonald's. And, McDonald's is a place to rock.
And then listen to Rock and Roll Gas Station.
Yes. Oh, that's
That's got to be the most iconic usage of McDonald's in a song. I
You
think.
It has to be.
Do you
During
think
know,
McDonald's was mad about that?
They
No way.
played that song in Super Size Me, the West We Was.
Oh yeah.
Rock and Roll McDonald's.
there's a hilarious clip from when the uprisings were happening for BLM in Chicago where someone had hacked a police scanner and they were playing that song. And you can hear a cop hearing it and he's like, Wesley Willis, really? Yes, really. McDonald's is a place to rock. It's a good place to listen to music. And it is a restaurant where they buy food to eat.
It's a good place to suck a cheetah's dick.
Yep. So thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the episode.
Fuck a caribou's ass.
You will be hearing from us next week, and we'd love to hear from you. Thank you to everyone who's been giving us all the feedback, positive or otherwise. We appreciate it.
And thank you to Tyler, Tim, and Jake for having me.
Yeah, we
Anytime.
I always love
this is
spending
a good
time with you guys.
Thanks. Follow us again on at Cop Pod Official. That's KOPPOD Official.
Jacob
on
Pats on
Instagram.
Coin.
And just hit us up, share us, tell your friends about it. This has been going a lot of traction the last few episodes, so I'm very excited about it.
Leave a comment. Don't be afraid to leave a comment.
Like, comment, and subscribe
All right.
to my boys.
Well, let's leave you off with some nice old Wesley Willis here. We'll catch you next week.
McDonald's is a place to rock. It is a restaurant where they buy food to eat. It is a good place to listen to the music. People flock here to get down to the rock music. Rock and roll McDonald's. Rock and roll McDonald's. Rock and roll McDonald's. Rock and roll McDonald's. McDonald's will make you fat. They serve Big Macs. They serve quarter pounders. They will put pounds on you. Rock and roll McDonald's. Rock and roll McDonald's. Rock and roll McDonald's.